The cults that tortured me, the intergenerational, interconnected KKK, satanic Nazi cults, they used mind control in conjunction with torture to create rules and to create folks inside to do those roles or jobs, to keep us silent, to keep us from remembering, to keep us from believing our memories when they came back, and so many other things like that. But there is always a way around the mind control. It is talking with the folks inside who have that training through torture and helping them see that the cult lied, that the cult was cruel, that we don't want to be anything like them, and that we don't want to replicate it by hurting ourselves, that we don't deserve to hurt ourselves, that we deserve compassion and empathy. It can take time to help them learn new ways of being, and it helps especially to have compassion and empathy from other people, to help it go in there and to help folks inside see that there can be safety and there can be goodness and compassion, which is the opposite of what they knew their entire life, and have them experience it and see it too. But there are also ways around the actual training. For instance, the cult always told us that we could not talk, that if we talked about the abuse and torture, we would be killed. And so one way around that folks inside me found, was by taking it literally. And that might be because I'm neurodivergent, but the cult said we can't talk. So folks inside drew and wrote to tell about the abuse and torture. And it's actually the way that we disclosed the smallest bit of abuse and torture, child sexual abuse, sexual assault by our great uncle when we weren't living with him. We could not talk about our parents who we were living with because of the constant threats to kill us, because we were living with them, because they were torturing us every day and night and sexually assaulting us and murdering kids. But we could write. And that's how we first disclosed at school. And it got the police and CAS involved, the Child Protective Services. But because we couldn't talk out loud about it, we could barely talk, it didn't go anywhere. And because we were too terrified and we couldn't tell them about our parents or other abusers. But that was the beginning. And that was a way to get around the mind control and programming. We always had a constant push and desperation to get safe and to be around kind, good people. And it was finding it bit by bit by bit, even though it took most of our life. So there are ways around the mind control, and there's also working with the folks inside who have that training. And I still have folks inside that I need to work with, but many of them have become protectors instead of persecutors of us inside. And that is amazing. And it takes strength and courage and healing. I hope that helps you too.